thank you for joining me again for another Cookie's Tech and Talk table, following a long stream of martial arts fighting games on the Steam engine on the GPD Win Max. Today we're going to be covering Guilty Gear Revelator 2, which is the most recent Guilty Gear game that's out before the next one comes out next year. So without further ado, I'm going to start the game. Just wanted to say I've been a Guilty Gear fan since 1998 when the first game was released on PlayStation, and people forgot that the game even came out. People didn't realize that there was a first game until X came out, and then people went back to realize that Guilty Gear was actually originally released on the PlayStation 1. So it built up a cult fan base before it built up a bigger fan base within the anime fighting game community. And what better way than to showcase this game, or the most recent one, through the Steam engine. So let's get this started. While this loads up, I kind of want to mention two things. I am loading this through, of course, my capture card, the Ava Media 2, 4K, and for the compatibility settings to work right, I have to use borderless gaming, to actually put it into full screen. This game does well in full screen by itself, but somehow with the capture card and the feed through the HDMI and the differences, oops, sorry, let me turn that down. And the differences between the video modes of the Asus monitor and the GPD Win Max, I guess there is a incompatibility, and so to get full screen mode, I have to go into borderless gaming, which of course, there we go right there. But when I'm not hooked to the capture card, this game can go into full screen all by itself, native to the Max, without any hookups to the HDMI. So that's something I wanted to explore, I guess, kind of later on down the line. And if anyone has found a remedy to the situation why certain games, when you stream them through a capture card, need borderless gaming to get full screen, versus using the full screen mode natively in the game itself to do that, what happens, why is it like that way? However, right now I don't really have an answer, but my answer for the moment is borderless gaming application to the Steam engine. So with that being said, let's get into the game. As you can see, some of my desktop is showing underneath, and that's because this is the best that it's going to get using the borderless gaming application. However, it's not to say that once I remove this from the capture card, it's not going to be from edge to edge, which it will be. So I'm going to go into the settings, the display settings, just to show where I have everything at. But right now, I'm keeping everything native to what it is. VSync on, anti-alias at the highest setting. Everything is at the highest setting. This is an Arc System Works game. This game worked very well on the Win 2. It worked very, very well, and only very few modifications that I had to change. Like I did turn off the dynamic lighting, and I did turn off the post effect on the Win 2, and it still ran at 60 frames per second. Now what I am going to do here is I'm going to turn on the frames per second here so you can see through the game how it calculates the frames per second versus the Steam, because they're both going to be showing, but the colors, because this game has a lot of bright colors, is going to overshadow the Steam counter. So I'm going to put in the in-game counter so you can actually see what's going on. That being the case, this game works perfectly native to the settings that it has. Perfect. No modifications are really needed. Straight up. And I say that to say that all of the Arc System Work games work natively primarily the same. So Persona games, Guilty Gear games, Blaze Blue, Under Night Ember, all those games work natively to what they are on the Max without any necessary modifications, unless there are personal aesthetics that you would like to see. So without that, with that being said, I'm just going to get straight into the game, display some gameplay. Of course, you're going to see it happening in real time as I'm capturing everything. And before I continue, just one more thing. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment in my comment section, whether And whatever comes to your mind, jot it down. I am great at answering questions. I'm post and I'm prompt at getting back to people. So I really look forward to that. Give me a thumbs up. Like this video, dislike this video, whatever you like, and share it with the community. Ring the bell for notifications, and let's get started.
Episode. Who dares to enter the mayhem?
So Amelia Rage is one of my favorite characters ever since the first Guilty Gear. I've been using her mostly throughout the entire series, and I never really truly deviated until X2 when I had developed an affinity for the character Jam. And yes, Jam is here. So I usually play with her, but my number one favorite character is Amelia Rage all the way.
Amelia Rage.
「世界を震撼させた事件の発生、そして死んだはずのザトウの復活、目まぐるしく変わる状況の中、彼女の心は大きく揺れ動いていた。
ではぼちぼち鳴らしていくとしよう。
揃いも揃ってリベンジマッチ男の発想って
年がいないかね。もっとも人外の私に人の断りを解かれても困るがね。
大義も体裁もない、まるで子供だわ。
はは、違いない。
それだけではありません。ミリア、我々は皆ベッドマン一人に敗北した。これは組織の固権に関わる問題だ。
誰かに見られたわけでもないでしょうに。
ザトウ君、君はどうするね。
ええ、まあ私はどうでもよいです。
まあいいわ、少し付き合ってあげる。
Milia versus Axel. Get ready to rock.
痛くしないから。
主役は俺様。オッケー。
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
邪魔。
Counter.
どこに。
ちょっと待った。
粗末。
無駄だね。
粗末。粗末。できる。粗末。
It's not over yet. Counter. Milia. Duel. Two. Turn up the heat.
course, as you can see, the game is running at 60 frames a second, and I honestly didn't change anything in the graphic settings. I left everything the same. Left everything as is, and using the borderless app from Steam to get full screen specifically for this capture card.
Versus Johnny. Get ready to roll. Heaven or hell. Duel. 1. Let's rock. It's not over yet. Counter. Belia, win. Duel 2. All or nothing. It's not over yet. Belia, win. Straight.
レディーファーストを気取ったつもりならそれは間違いよ。私はその気持ちを利用して勝ちに行っているのだから。
Belia versus Venom. Get ready to roll.
I gotta say, the visuals look amazing.
やはりあなたとは星の巡りが悪い。
どうかただし運が悪いのはどちらか。
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
これは9杯カウンターコーナーダブルヘッドムービングスティンガーカウンターコーナーカウンターこれはカードカウンターこれはダブルヘッドムービングハードを犯したらここからだスカウンター It's not over yet. ここからだスカウンターすまんなビショップランアウトセットユッカードスライスティーナーコーナー It's not over yet. シャフト一つ及ばなかったか。
弱点も克服できて
Duel 2. Keep on rocking.
スティーナーラッドストラグルスカウンターカードスライドバックここからトゥカウンターセットバック It's Win straight.
正確な攻撃にこだわりすぎるから手が休んでしまうのよ。後手に回るくらいやみくもに先手を取りなさい。
Belia versus Chip. Get ready to roll. Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock. Guilty Gear Revelator. Guilty Gear Revelator.
Okay. So I hope you liked my little display of Guilty Gear Revelator 2 on the GPD Win Max, playing at a full 60 frames per second with minor drops here and there. I had two counters, one that was in the center that was through the gameplay options itself, and the other one was at the top left that you can see that I activated through the Steam engine, it's the Steam options. So they both showed 60 frames per second, you know, jumping in between 57 and 58, you know, during various times. And those times were normally through the animation sequences when they would open up before the actual battle would happen, which isn't really much to say about the difference in gameplay or the performance dropping. It didn't interfere with the gameplay at all. So for those of you out there who are interested in what Guilty Gear looks like on the Win Max, this is how it looks. It looks even better, of course, when it's in full screen mode. It just looks like that, as I said before, because I'm running it through the capture card, and there's an incompatibility between, I guess, right now the Borderless Gaming app and the internal settings of the game itself. Well, with that being said, please give me a thumbs up for this video. Please leave a comment if you're interested in any other games that I'm going to be reviewing and fighting games. And I guess I will see you next time.